We live in a world where many times, people wear masks to hide their true personalities. Polite smiles, sweet words, and fleeting gestures of kindness don't always reflect what's truly in their hearts. But don't worry, it doesn't take a lifetime to discover someone's true nature. Small moments and actions can serve as mirrors that reveal who they really are. Imagine yourself standing at a bus stop on a torrential rainy afternoon. Near you, an elderly person with trembling hands tries to pick up scattered fruits from a torn bag. The heavy rain makes the task even more difficult. Some people walk by without even looking, while others seem indifferent to the situation. However, if someone stops, bends down, and helps without expecting recognition or applause, that attitude is not just a passing act of kindness. It's a reflection of character, compassion, and how that person deals with everyday challenges. What someone does in ordinary moments, away from the spotlight, is the most authentic expression of who they truly are. It is these unexpected situations that reveal people's true essence. As Epictetus said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views they take of them. The way we perceive and react to the events around us is the clearest reflection of our true identity. Next, let's explore 5 aspects that help identify someone's genuine character. Number 1. How a person treats the most vulnerable. The way someone treats people without power or status is a faithful measure of their character. In such situations, social motivators, like personal gains or the pursuit of recognition, disappear, revealing genuine reactions. Imagine a simple situation: you're at a cafe, and the server accidentally spills coffee on your table. In just a few seconds, your reaction can say a lot about who you are. A kind person would understand that mistakes happen, offer a reassuring smile, and maybe even help clean up. On the other hand, someone without compassion might react angrily, scolding the server loudly or even humiliating them for holding a perceived lower position. These small actions speak volumes. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not external events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This reflection reminds us that control and inner strength lie in how we respond to situations, including how we treat others. Acts of kindness are not demonstrations of external power, but evidence of a firm and balanced soul. In relationships, people often act based on social motivations, such as personal benefits, societal expectations, or maintaining a good image. However, when these factors are absent, especially in interactions with the most vulnerable, true nature begins to emerge. There are those who show respect and kindness out of maturity and self-esteem, while others reveal insecurity and arrogance through unfair treatment. These contrasting reactions help distinguish strength of character from a fragile personality. Kind people don't need to prove their superiority. They treat everyone with respect because they recognize the inherent value of each individual. Their kindness doesn't come from seeking praise, but from self-respect and emotional maturity. On the other hand, disdainful individuals often carry deep insecurities or arrogance. They project this lack of confidence onto others, especially those who cannot retaliate. Everyday actions, such as greeting a building security guard, thanking a delivery person, or giving up a seat for an elderly person on public transport, are genuine expressions of personal values. A notable example is Warren Buffett, admired worldwide not just for his wealth but also for his simple and benevolent life philosophy. At Berkshire Hathaway, Buffett is known for cultivating a welcoming work environment where all employees feel heard and respected. He frequently has lunch with lower-ranking employees, not to build an image but because he genuinely believes in the value of each person. On one occasion, a security guard shared that Buffett not only greeted him but also asked about his family and personal life. This small yet sincere act deeply moved many people. What's most impressive is that Buffett doesn't need an audience to show his kindness. It's simply part of who he is. He exemplifies the power of compassion regardless of circumstances. In a society marked by hierarchies and competition, respecting everyone requires personal discipline and emotional control. It involves overcoming prejudices, abandoning the need to compare statuses, and recognizing people's value based on their qualities, not their positions. Kindness is not conditional, it's a principle. Another crucial aspect of evaluating someone's character is how they face failure. Truly resilient people see failure as an opportunity for learning and growth. In contrast, the weak or arrogant seek to blame others or avoid taking responsibility. Interestingly, the way they treat others during moments of failure also reflects their intrinsic values. Imagine someone you admire facing a major failure. They are criticized, lose their reputation, and face difficulties. How do they react? Do they remain calm, willing to learn from the situation, or lose control, becoming irritable and blaming others? The answer to this question leads us to the next topic: how a person responds to failure and what Stoic philosophy teaches us about using these situations as a mirror to reveal our true nature. Number 2. How a person responds to failure. Failure is inevitably part of everyone's life. More than an unexpected setback, it functions as a clear mirror reflecting each individual's true essence. While success, as admirable as it may be, often conceals flaws and insecurities, failure has the power to tear off masks, forcing us to confront the deepest shadows of our soul. As the philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, just as labor strengthens the body." It is how we react to failure that truly shapes our character and defines our worth. Although failure is not always an enemy, for a fragile ego it easily becomes an obsession, leading to the search for blame rather than facing reality. Imagine a friend you have always admired, someone who shines in their field, facing a major failure. Perhaps this person is publicly criticized, loses a reputation built over years, and finds themselves in a difficult situation. It is at this moment that their true character will be revealed. Will they remain calm, acknowledge their mistakes, and seek to learn from the experience? Or will they allow emotions to take over, becoming bitter and blaming circumstances or people around them? Their reaction not only reflects their inner values, but also sends a powerful message about their ability to face adversity. Failure is not the end. Those who possess wisdom and self-respect know it is merely a step on the path to growth. On the other hand, an explosive reaction and the need to blame others only harm the individual, preventing them from rising again. By observing your friend dealing with difficulties, you will notice that calmness and courage in the face of challenges are the true markers of who they really are. The root of these negative responses is often fear. Fear that failure will expose imperfections and fear of being judged. However, failure never defines someone's worth. It merely reminds us that life constantly challenges us to evolve. On the other hand, truly strong people do not see failure as humiliation or a final point. They see it as a lesson, an opportunity for improvement. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the electric light bulb. Even so, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Thanks to this positive perspective, Edison turned failure into a springboard for extraordinary success. A positive response to failure reflects humility. When you acknowledge your mistakes and are willing to learn, you free yourself from the burden of ego. Remember, a person's worth is not in avoiding mistakes, but in how they rise after them. Failure is the ultimate test of willpower. Imagine you are participating in a marathon. You trained for months, but just a few kilometers from the finish line, your body seems unable to go on. What do? Give up or continue, even though each step is painful? Those who choose to overcome adversity, even without a guarantee of success, demonstrate true inner strength. Failure, like a great storm, sweeps away the weak and temporary, leaving only the resilient and enduring. Michael Jordan, a basketball legend, once said, "I've missed over 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot, and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." During his youth, Jordan was cut from his school's basketball team. Instead of succumbing to self-pity or resentment, he used this failure as motivation to train even harder. The rest is history. He became one of the greatest athletes of all time. Jordan's journey is clear proof that failure doesn't define us, it shapes the way we respond. An essential part of dealing with failure is managing emotions. Those who vent their anger or seek revenge are often dominated by their feelings, leading to rash decisions. On the other hand, those who remain calm and reflect on the situation transform negative energy into effective actions. Stoic philosophy advises us to cultivate the ability to distinguish between what is under our control and what is not. In the face of failure, what we can control is our response. Choosing to remain calm, analyzing the reasons, and learning from the experience to move forward. Regardless of who you are, where you are, or what you do, everyone will face failures at some point. They challenge us with the same question: how will you react when things don't go as expected? Resilient individuals refuse to let failure define them. They recognize that every stumble is an opportunity to build stronger character. And sometimes, their journey of overcoming inspires others. Failure is never easy, but it is an inevitable part of growth. What truly matters is not how you fell, but how you chose to rise. As Marcus Aurelius said, the obstacle in the path becomes the path. Never forget, what stands in the way becomes the way. Let failure be your teacher, not your enemy. And you, have you ever faced failure in life? How did it change you? Share your story. It might inspire someone to overcome their own challenges. Remember, failure is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter in your life. Number 3. How a person deals with power. Power is a lens that amplifies the fundamental essence of human nature. It does not corrupt, it reveals. As the philosopher Plato said, the measure of a man is what he does with power. This perspective resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy, which values character and virtue. In the hands of an individual, power can become a destructive force serving selfish interests or a constructive tool to benefit others. To truly understand someone's nature, observing how they deal with power is a great starting point. When devoid of power, many people often wear masks, appearing humble, kind, or altruistic. But when invested with power, these layers frequently fall away. Power does not create new flaws or virtues, it amplifies what already exists. Marcus Aurelius observed, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When someone's thoughts are rooted in integrity and responsibility, power becomes an extension of their goodness. On the other hand, when insecurity, greed, or arrogance are present, power reveals these characteristics clearly. Imagine a vibrant community garden where people gather to plant, share joyful moments, and care for nature. One individual is appointed to manage this garden. At first, they seem like the ideal leader, actively participating in meetings, speaking eloquently about environmental protection, and promoting solidarity. However, upon assuming power, their actions begin to tell a different story. They start controlling resources. Seeds, fertilizers, and tools are locked up and distributed only at their discretion. Community members find it increasingly difficult to access the garden, and collaborative efforts are stifled by rigid rules. In meetings, this person monopolizes credit for the garden's success, emphasizing their personal role at the expense of the collective spirit. These attitudes reveal selfishness and a thirst for power, hidden under an initial mask of cooperation. In contrast, a true leader would use their position to expand opportunities, organize knowledge-sharing sessions, distribute resources fairly, and encourage everyone's participation. The way someone exercises power speaks volumes about their inner motivations. Some abuse this position to gain personal benefits, seeking domination and manipulation, or harming others to assert superiority. This behavior often stems from unresolved personal insecurities. The fear of losing control leads to the need to impose authority. Epictetus warned, "If you wish to improve, be willing to be thought foolish and ignorant regarding external matters." Clinging to the illusion of control reflects internal instability. In contrast, true leaders view power as a duty, not a privilege. They act as stewards, using their influence to inspire, uplift, and promote mutual respect. These individuals embody the Stoic ideal of serving the common good, prioritizing principles over personal interests. Their actions, more than words, inspire trust and admiration. Power inevitably brings temptations, acting selfishly, compromising moral principles, or enjoying undue advantages. It is in these moments that true character is tested. A person of integrity resists the temptation of easy gains, upholding their principles even when no one is watching. Those who act with justice, compassion, and self-awareness while wielding power demonstrate high moral standards. Another fundamental aspect of managing power is the reaction to criticism or opposition. Individuals of weak character often perceive challenges as threats. They react defensively, rejecting criticism and surrounding themselves with flatterers. This behavior reflects a fragile ego, incapable of enduring scrutiny. On the other hand, a person of strong character welcomes feedback, seeing it as an opportunity for growth. They have the humility to acknowledge mistakes and the courage to make necessary adjustments. This mindset aligns with the Stoic practice of self-reflection. Marcus Aurelius stated, "If anyone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, which has never harmed anyone." What harms is persisting in self-deception and ignorance. The ability to listen, reflect, and evolve highlights a leader's strength and integrity. Ultimately, power functions like a magnifying glass, amplifying the qualities already present in a person. Those with generosity and wisdom will see their virtues magnified when they occupy positions of influence. They inspire others and create waves of positive change beyond their immediate sphere. On the other hand, those motivated by selfishness or a desire for control cause harm, erode trust, and destroy relationships. For the Stoics, power does not lie in controlling others, but in mastering oneself. True power resides in the ability to regulate one's emotions, remain calm in the face of provocations, and act in accordance with reason and virtue. The Stoics remind us that the highest form of power is self-mastery. In everyday life, this lesson translates into countless opportunities to demonstrate character, whether by resisting the temptation to retaliate in an argument, helping someone in need, or using your influence to generate lasting good. Every decision reflects a person's true essence. Stripped of its allure, power is merely an amplifier. It magnifies both virtues and vices. Those who exercise power with humility and purpose inspire and leave a legacy worthy of respect. Those who abuse it in pursuit of personal gains not only harm others but also themselves. On life's journey, remember the Stoic principle: true power does not lie in domination but in self-mastery. If you want to understand someone's true nature, observe how they handle power, and more importantly, how they treat themselves along the way. Number 4. How a person speaks about others. Words are not just sounds. They are mirrors that reflect the depth of a person's character. When someone comments on others, especially in their absence, they involuntarily reveal their own values, insecurities, and intentions. In Stoic philosophy, words carry profound meaning. They not only shape relationships but also influence our inner world. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not external events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This empowerment begins with mastering how we speak about others, for it is in these moments that our true essence is revealed. Consider a scenario where two people describe the same colleague. One highlights their talents and contributions, while the other criticizes their flaws and mocks their mistakes. The stark difference lies not in the colleague being mentioned, but in the speakers themselves. The first person conveys confidence, integrity, and a collaborative spirit. The second reveals insecurity, pettiness, and emotional immaturity. Words not only influence listeners, but also affect the emotional energy we bring to an environment. Speaking poorly of others often stems from unresolved internal conflicts, a subtle way of seeking validation by trying to elevate oneself while diminishing others. While this may bring temporary satisfaction, over time, it corrodes the speaker's own integrity. Words have the power to build or destroy, and the effects of negative speech can be widespread. Gossip creates a toxic environment where trust is scarce, and suspicion thrives. Relationships become fragile as people begin to wonder, what will they say about me when I'm not around? Moreover, constant negativity reflects poorly on the speaker, reducing their credibility and social value. For leaders, criticism without constructive feedback alienates teams, fostering division and demotivation. Conversely, choosing positive or neutral speech demonstrates emotional intelligence and maturity. Leaders who praise their teams, even in their absence, inspire loyalty and cohesion. Imagine a leader who, during a meeting, commends a team member. This simple act not only strengthens the group's unity, but also highlights the leader's fairness and integrity. Stoic philosophy teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and words. By choosing positive language, we honor our values and cultivate meaningful relationships. Consider the story of Sarah, a manager at a successful tech company. During a meeting, Tom, one of her employees, made a significant mistake during his presentation. Although the error caused an awkward moment, Sarah handled the situation calmly, highlighting Tom's past achievements and his potential for improvement. Later, when discussing the incident with senior management, Sarah defended Tom's capabilities and took responsibility for ensuring better future support. Sarah's fair stance reached Tom, who not only regained confidence but became one of the most dedicated team members. Sarah's choice to use constructive words rather than criticism fostered trust, loyalty, and growth. Our words not only reflect our opinions about others, they mirror our inner selves. A person who frequently criticizes others may reveal dissatisfaction with their own life. On the other hand, those who speak with fairness and empathy demonstrate self-awareness and inner strength. Life is filled with challenges that reveal our true nature: aging, losses, and failures. These experiences force us to confront life's fragility and reality. Imagine you have just faced a major professional disappointment. You were denied a promotion despite all your effort and dedication. In such situations, many people tend to look for blame. Perhaps the boss for being unfair, colleagues for being competitive, or even luck for not being on their side. However, Stoic philosophy teaches that how we respond to adversity truly defines our character. Instead of rushing to criticize or blame, take a step back and view the situation as a lesson. Perhaps you weren't as prepared as you thought. Or maybe this is an opportunity to develop new skills and learn from those who excel in the field. This mindset not only helps maintain composure, but also encourages constructive actions. Ask yourself, what can I do differently to improve? Or what lesson is this failure teaching me? Your ability to turn failures into strength through your words, actions, and subsequent decisions will be the clearest testimony of your true character. Someone who does not succumb but continually moves forward demonstrates true resilience. Words are powerful. They build bridges or destroy them, nurture trust or erode it, reflect insecurity or strength. The next time you hear someone speaking about others, ask yourself, what do these words reveal about this person? More importantly, what do my own words say about me? Have you been practicing the art of speaking with integrity? Have you witnessed moments when words transformed relationships or revealed someone's true character? Share your reflections and stories in the comments. We would love to hear how Stoic philosophy has inspired your perspective. Number 5. How a person faces life's inevitabilities: aging, loss, and death. Life is a sequence of uncertainties, where we constantly face inevitable challenges such as unpredictability, aging, loss, and ultimately, death. However, the way we deal with these unchangeable realities reveals the true essence of who we are. Serenity, inner strength, fear, or resentment reflect a person's soul and values. Stoic philosophy guides us to see these truths more profoundly. How a person faces life's uncertainties is the clearest mirror of their true nature. Life offers no guarantees, and each day brings unexpected twists. Someone who embraces uncertainty often seeks meaning in the present moments. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You may leave life at any moment. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. Imagine a sudden storm that completely destroys the house you dedicated your life to building. From its solid walls and precious family heirlooms to every special corner, everything is swept away in an instant. Standing before the rubble, you deeply feel the pain and loss. Those who are fragile in the face of adversity often remain fixated on what they have lost, allowing complaints and regrets to dominate their minds. They see only what is gone, forgetting that they still possess something valuable: their life, their strength, and the chance to start over. People with inner strength, on the other hand, though they suffer, do not let the pain consume them. They understand that everything in life is transient. Walls can be rebuilt, material possessions replaced, but resilience and determination are qualities that no one can take away. They rise from the debris not just to rebuild a house, but to rebuild themselves, stronger than before. That is true value, not in what we possess, but in how we recover and overcome adversity. Another inevitable aspect of life is aging. Although unavoidable, how one accepts or resists it deeply reflects their character. In today's society, many are consumed by the fear of aging, worried about losing their looks or charm. These individuals often spend time chasing superficial standards, trying to cling to youth through empty means. In contrast, those who truly understand the meaning of aging focus on growth, valuing the wisdom gained and appreciating life's experiences. They see time not as an enemy but as a companion that helps them learn and evolve. Consider, for example, a man in his 60s who chooses to share his life experiences by writing books or teaching rather than seeking to remain forever young through cosmetic surgeries. This choice not only honors his inner values, but also inspires younger generations. Loss is one of life's greatest challenges. It can be the death of a loved one, the loss of a valuable possession, or even the abandonment of a dream. Each loss leaves a deep mark on the soul. How one confronts that loss is crucial. Those who respond negatively often allow bitterness and anger to dominate them. They may blame circumstances, accuse others, or even condemn themselves. On the other hand, those who react positively find meaning in suffering. They understand that pain is an inseparable part of life and learn to accept it as a lesson. A specific example is that of a woman who loses her spouse to illness. Instead of sinking into grief, she decides to establish a charity to help families facing similar challenges. This act not only helps her cope with the loss, but also brings value to the community. Finally, how a person faces death is the pinnacle of character expression. Death is not an enemy, but an inevitable reality we all must face. Those who fear death often live in denial, allowing that fear to dictate every decision. Meanwhile, those who accept death can live more freely and meaningfully. Stoic philosophy teaches us that death is not an end but a natural part of life's cycle. As Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." How a person faces uncertainty, aging, loss, and death is not just a set of actions but a profound statement about their character and inner light. Those who accept these inevitabilities with calm, wisdom, and courage truly understand the value of life. Therefore, to see someone's true essence, observe how they face the inevitable. This is an invaluable lesson that Stoic philosophy offers us, a lesson about strength, will, and dignity. Regardless of the circumstances, let us always seek inner peace and live a life worthy of its intrinsic meaning. We have explored 5 important aspects to recognize the essence of a person. These reflections not only help you gain a clearer view of the world around you, but also show how you perceive life yourself. As Stoic philosophy points out, our actions and reactions in everyday moments are the clearest mirrors of our inner selves. You don't need extravagant words or theatrical gestures to understand someone. Let silence, observation, and self-respect guide your journey in search of truth. So, what do you think? Did what we shared make you reflect more on how you perceive others and yourself? We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this content, share it to spread the message to more people, and subscribe so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Click the bell icon to be notified whenever we publish something new. We'll see you in the next videos. where we will continue exploring Stoic philosophy and the inner strength it brings us.